So, welcome viewers to Mondays with Barry on Sunday. Sunday evening, here we are.
Saturday evening.
Saturday, oh
Get
boy.
the days right.
I'm so confused, it's amazing, but we've had to do, the report is a 100-point loss, and we've had to do the shock report live after the game for the viewers.
That's right, that's why we're doing it.
Busy on Monday. No, for no other reason, not because Chelsea are falling apart.
No, we couldn't sort of scrap it. We're going to put it on.
You're going to put it on, so we're here live. Take the good with the bad. Chelsea, Chelsea lost by 100 points. But firstly, let's look at this here. Peatling's absence will swing game in Ararat's favour. Yes,
why not get out and remind all the viewers out there that it was a long time ago, but I think I was 18, nearly 19 when the first season with Panyat got hurt in the last 5 minutes of the last home and away game column and missed the finals, and that was a headline on the following Friday before the game, and which wasn't too bad for a young nearly 19-year-old fella at first year of a Panyat.
And this is an article by Maury Lawson. Now,
very good sports writer he was too.
He rang you this morning, didn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't he?
I talk to him quite often, Maury Lawson. He's a very good friend of mine.
So, just tell us, there was some news from Maury Lawson?
Yes, a good friend of mine and a champion footballer from Rapanya, Morris Marks, died 3 or 4 days ago. And Ian Morgan, I was talking to Ian Morgan, everybody up in Rapanya in the Women's League knows Ian Morgan, superstar. He said they're all going up. There's about 8 of them going for Rapanya. I would have been going myself if I was around that area, but the funeral was in Bendigo. But all the viewers in the Women's League who were around 60 years of age, they would have known Morris Marks, who represented Women's League when I was in the same side.
So a bit of a star passed away.
Aboriginal fella, Aboriginal man. When he coached up in Sea Lake and Shane. That's the way it goes.
So you send your commiserations
to my commiserations to Morris Marks' wife. I met her years and years ago, and sad, very sad.
Well, let's get stuck straight into the game then, Barry. Just tell us what the conditions were and if there were any changes.
There was 3 changes. I'm not sure who come out. I know that number 49, I'm not sure his name is, but him and Michael Salem and Jackson Arthur come in. I'm not sure about that, but that was no big deal because I think out was James, but I don't know who else was out.
That 49 was a bit of a player, wasn't he?
Well, he came from, I said who is he?
Murrumbina.
He came from Murrumbina. Big boy, but a bit slow. He might be right.
Might be right.
Because before we go any further, someone has put a curse on Chelsea this year.
Hello.
I don't know who it was, but there's a curse. I mean, DeLucas went down to very bad on the stretch in the hospital now at the moment with a dislocated kneecap.
It's terrible, isn't it? Dislocated kneecap. Well, that's not...
He was in agony. Had to wait half an hour for the ambulance, Colin.
Sometimes when you're in pain...
he was in pain when he went past me.
Doesn't mean that it's a horrendous injury.
No,
it could be painful, but it doesn't mean you're finished.
No, but his knee apparently was all back to front, according to one of the trainers.
Pointing the wrong way.
Wrong way, and he was agony.
What was the conditions like anyway?
Perfect.
Yeah, he was.
The first half was about probably 4 or 5 goal advantage, but that died down. But didn't affect Mount Eliza going against Wigan in the first quarter because they kicked them out 6.
The only trouble they had sometimes the sun was in their eyes.
Yeah. That's what we complained about because they're all yuppies, you know. That Mount Eliza yuppies all arrive in Rolls Royces and
that sort of thing. Yeah.
$1 million cars and houses and all this stuff.
Yep. All right, let's get stuck into the game. Chelsea first quarter 2 goals 2 to 6 goals 6.
We started off reasonably well. I mean, it was pretty level up about halfway through the first quarter, but Sammy Carver, I reckon he had about 13 or 14 possessions in the first quarter. And Nizer and Bradley Clark, he's going to be a player, I told you. And he kicked off to say something about him later, but we were holding the first part of the first quarter, but then they just kicked 2 or 3 goals against the win, which was a bit of a win in the first quarter, and they finished off 4 goals in front.
So you're thinking, it's not too bad. Then at half-time, Chelsea 5 goals 2 to Man Eliza 12 goals 5.
Well, they just sort of, some of that Scott Lockwood, whatever his name is, number 17, he's an unbelievable footballer, that fella. Number 11, Simpson, and number 34, and number 14, and number 7, they got some guns in that side, I tell you, but...
probably got a bit of money, that that
We were
competition.
just, as I said, that headline, we were depleted because of the injuries, and we're going to get a few back next week. I'll say something about that later.
Okay.
But we just didn't have the cattle on the ground. But half time it was, what was the score? Wasn't it?
Yeah, as I said before, 5-2, 12-5.
7 goals. Yeah.
Mm.
It was that scoreboard wasn't a good indication how Chelsea.
So
they were
Chelsea were
battling
looking
hard.
okay. Yeah.
They were battling hard.
Well, it was just the three-quarter time. Chelsea 6-5 to 19-9 man Eliza.
Well, they just started to put on the procession after half time. They just Chelsea they were trying hard, but their hardest wasn't good enough. But I think that Wiz, I must mention Wiz. He was playing. Robbie Lancaster. He's played a good game all day. But he was battling hard from the back part. He was making some nice dashes down the ground. But they didn't. Of course, the Luke going down.
Mm.
Oh, I cannot believe
So
it.
what did Jason Chappell say at three-quarter time?
Oh, he didn't say. Look, when you got a side like that, they were trying hard. They didn't throw the towel in, Colin. They were having a real go. You can't just demoralise someone to play because they're only doing their best, and their best wasn't good enough.
What he said stood out to me was, "Let's win the last quarter."
Yeah, well, they started all right in the last quarter. They was holding. They actually scored the first goal. They outscored them for once in the first 7 or 8 minutes, and then in the last 10 or 15 minutes it was just like a procession. But they are. But I think I don't reckon they're as good as French and YCW. No, French and YCW might be. I think I'll be sort of. I might sway this because I reckon put a bit of pressure on some of them fellas that they don't like the hard stuff.
Crack.
Yeah.
So I'll give you the final score: 8 goals, 654 to Manalizer 23-16, 154.
Nearly 20 goals, isn't it?
100-point win.
Well, that's 16, isn't it? 17. But they didn't throw the towel in, Chelsea. They really fought out. I was quite proud of them because they could have just said, right, we've had enough of this and just kicked for 40 goals. But they
Depleted, as you said.
They were, and they from the cattle they had on the ground, it was just a good effort, good gutsy effort.
So tell us the goal kickers then, Barry.
McLeod kicked 3 goals. He played a fair game. He kicked some nice goals. Chrissy Warner kicked 2. He battled hard all day. He kicked 2 goals. I think if he'd get himself properly fit, he could slot in that forward pocket alongside Damon in the near future. Who else kicked a goal? Stewart kicked a nice goal, but it was 8 goals, wasn't it? Not too many goal kickers there, but
no.
And the best players.
Give us the group of best players then, Barry.
Bradley Clark, McLeod, Jason Clark, Manders, Lancaster, Eliza, and Sammy Carpenter.
All right. Well, give us the votes. 1 vote.
1 vote. Just give this to Bradley Clark. I thought he played a good game all day. Scotty McLeod's a bit stiff not to get a vote there, but
Okay.
Bradley Clark, 1 vote. Very good game.
2 votes.
2 votes to Robbie Lancaster, playing a 4 quarter. He'd have about 25 possessions for a back pocket player. Not bad.
Very good.
Made a lot of dashes. Took the game on.
And 3 votes.
Of course, 3 votes to Sammy Carpenter. He had about 14 possessions in the first quarter. 14. Finished up with about 38 possessions for the day.
He was all over it.
He's a marvel. Just keeps going.
Now, give us your highlights.
There's only one highlight. There's Bradley Clark's goal in the second quarter, right on the wrong side of his wrong side of his foot, on his wrong side of the left foot, right?
Yep.
About 60 metres out, right through the middle. 60 metres. Beautiful goal.
And it was on the spectator side.
Right
the
on
ground.
in front of all the Chelsea rat bags, and they went crazy. It was they should have inspired the rest of the side, but that was the only highlight.
You wanted to make a special comment about number 15.
Yeah, he's a fella try to ram Bradley Clark into the ground. He got up all right, Bradley Clark, but I thought he might have done some damage to his head.
He's actually his name's Jack Cole.
Jack Cole, yeah.
And he's the vice captain.
Is he?
Yes, so he should have showed a bit more
well, he's very lucky.
respect.
Very lucky never got reported because he banged him onto the ground. I mean, if that was in the AFL, he'd probably get 3 weeks.
I thought you were going to run onto the ground and start swinging.
Yeah, I was spoke my mind. Yeah.
I heard a few words I've never heard before.
Yeah, you probably did, because Ryan Stewart ran in and bashed some other fella there. He got sent off for 10 minutes, so he's probably got reported too, Stewie. But they all come in. Matty Gardner and a couple of fellas jumped in. It was, but there was a bit of sniping, and I give it to him when he went off, and everyone gave it him off, and he come back on, and So he's vice captain.
Vice captain.
Not a good rap.
He should have known better.
Anyway, that's football.
Any other comments you'd like to make about the game?
No, there's nothing much to talk about.
Apart from DeLuca.
DeLuca, I cannot believe I seen him go up there. He was crying, the poor bugger. He was in, oh God, he was in agony. And they had to wait half an hour to get the ambulance. What's going on there?
Yeah, it's hard to know, isn't it?
But there's another ambulance come this morning.
It's all happening.
Seconds. I haven't seen an ambulance come to Chelsea since I've been there. It's 2 in 1 day. They might have been, the second ambulance might have been waiting for the first ambulance to come back.
Yeah. So Chelsea are looking really, really shaky, aren't they?
Yeah, but they're going to be at least 3 players. It's going to be A. Lewis, I beg your pardon, A. Lewis, Harrison, Stephen Harrison.
Yep.
I've nearly lost my voice.
Steve Harrison, and who's
Steve
the final?
Harrison, Damon's going to play.
Damon.
And I'm trying to think who else is, but that's 3 guns coming back, and so it's going to be big. Of course, this game is going to be an elimination final goal.
Okay, Barry. Well, what's happening next week?
Well, next week, Collins, is probably another elimination final. We played Seaford down in Seaford. They're playing Pines down Pines tomorrow.
Yep.
But Bon Beach got beaten, Mornington got beaten,
and
so we're level.
Yep.
I can't believe we're still on 5th position. But if we
hanging in there,
if we beat Seaford next week, we've got to beat Seaford next week. Otherwise, we're gone for good. But if we beat them, then Seaford play Franks and YCW, don't they?
Yeah, that's really the crunch game because yeah, that's right, as you said. But that's really the crunch game because they're one game. Well, if they win this week, they're level, and
they'll be in front of us on percentage.
They'll be in front of us on percentage, but the next week will be the deciding who really gets into the finals because then there's Langwarrin.
We play Kringle, we'll get beaten there. We never know. We might have something else back in 2 weeks' time.
Never know. So there's a few tough games coming up. They've still got a chance to make the finals.
We've got to win next Saturday. We get back next Saturday, we're in big trouble.
Yeah.
But it's going to be...
They're in big trouble. It's a shaky... There's a lot of shaky things I've seen in the paper about Chelsea. There's rumours about Chappell being sacked. There's rumours about players falling apart. There's rumours about Mitch Grant coming back and his team. I hear lots of rumours.
Someone else was telling me about that. Yeah, but rumours are made to go around in football. You know that. Rumours, part of football, rumours.
All right, so we'll just keep our ears to the ground. So for next week at Seaford, over at the Seaford Oval near the railway tracks there, and that's at 2:15 at
Saturday. We've got a very good record down there the last 10 years. No, either, but if you just forget all about that.
So there are rumours. Talking about rumours. There's rumours about you not being there next week.
Well, who started that rumour, Colin?
Oh, there's people, spies.
Well, just look out. I'll be there.
Yeah, you'll be there.
And I'll check out the fellas who sent the rumours about that. See. I'm joking.
And there's also rumours because they wear Richmond colours that you might be a bit biased toward. You might be swapping teams.
That's right, the Tigers. Yeah, well, Tigers will win tonight too. They'll beat Brisbane.
So there'll be some interesting things. So
it will be a good game. Get down there, Chelsea, and support our local side because we need all the support we can get.
Very good. Well, that's goodbye from me.
And that's goodbye from me. Hopefully we'll see you next week. We'll have some good news for you.